Since my last Bitcoin update video, there isn't a significant change in this chart right now. Of course, we have spoken about lots of scenario in our last video, and the last video being 37 minutes plus. There were lots of scenarios, and yes, one of the scenario is playing out at the moment. But on the macro trend, on the longer time frame structure, we do not have a significant change. Definitely, there is some change in smaller time frames, and we will talk about this in today's video. Also, we are going to talk about market makers model, which is a swing failure pattern, and that usually happens in market top and the market bottom. So we are going to talk about this price action here, which is from 2025 July. Actually, yes, this was the top here, and until that October top on 6th of October. So what's happening exactly at this price action here? And I'm going to relate this price action for what's happening right now. So if we pay attention here on the July top, first top we had in July, and this was that first top. We will name it as top A or number 1. And then what happened? We got a retrace. We have a higher low here. So if you see the trend from this zone here, we have a high, we have a low, and then we have another high. So this was the top in July, and then we have a higher low. So the market participants, they, for example, if when you have the price action here at this zone, there were definitely longs in the market, right? So when we get the retrace here, what happens? Usually the bulls can get in at this zone, thinking that this is another higher low. And they are right for some time where we can get another pump to the upside. But this pump is not long lasting because, okay, we will call it a second pump. And we are coming here up to sweep this liquidity. What happens here that the people who go long here, they have their stop loss at this zone, okay? And when we get this retrace, we have another low, and some of the traders are going short here, and some of the traders are going long. They are definitely getting the small time benefit, but the market reverses to the downside again. So when you reverse to the downside and you have broken this first higher low, traders start to see the market is shifting and this is going to go much lower. And they go short when we break this low. So what happens is when they get into a short order here, their liquidity laying around this zone because the stop loss must be at the high. And then the market decides to go push up one more time to sweep this liquidity here and put another top, which is the third top. And then we get that sign of weakness. This we will call it as sign of weakness. In Wyckoff trading method, or you can call it a tape reading method, this is the second top here is called upper thrust, and the third top is called as upper thrust after phase B. And these are all secondary tests. We are going to not talk about the Wyckoff trading method here, but I'm just talking about what is happening exactly at the moment. This is perfectly a market makers model where you get the sweep of these highs twice. This is the first one, so this is the top, and then you get first sweep and the second sweep. And then you get this retrace here. You can call it ABC or you can call WXY in Elliott wave method. And then finally, we get that downtrend. When we break this low and when we break this low over here, this is already confirmed that we are in a downtrend. And finally, we are breaking this higher low as well. So fast forward to today's price action. What's happening in today's price action? I see the similarity between this October top or the bull market top you can call. And when I compare this to what's happening today, I see the similarity between these two price actions. So if we take this bottom, which we have it on February, what do we have? Let's call it the first bottom here. And we got that ABC correction to the upside. And then whatever this is, I have talked about this in my previous video. If you have missed the previous video, I'm doing the analysis on this particular price action here. You just can go watch that in the playlist. And I've been talking about this could be a multiple 1-2-1-2 structure or just a 5-wave structure here as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, but this 5th wave isn't finished. Why it is not finished? Because I see on this 5th wave here only 3 waves, 1, 2, 3, and now we have this 4th wave here. We can have another high, or maybe this high is already done over here and now we are moving towards the downside. Okay, so you can go back and watch that 37 minutes video where I talk about all the scenarios which could be playing out. So what we are discussing now is about this second bottom what we have here. This is that second bottom we have, and price has come back and swept this liquidity. What happened here is also the same. We talked about this just now as this being top one, and then the market came back and swept the liquidity second time. But in this price action here, we have third sweep also. And do we get that sweep one more time here? If we have that 5-wave breakdown, then we will have that third bottom as well. And also this is the second sweep of this liquidity here. So the market is going to give us the same thing once again? I don't think so. I mean, it can happen similar, definitely, but it's not going to be always the same. What they have repeated at this zone here in bull market top, we might not be having the same finish to this bottom here. We might be playing some other structure. What I'm referring here is this might be a possibility. What happened in October top, this could be playing out one more time here at the bottom. So am I calling this as a bottom here? This might be a bottom, guys. I mean, I'm looking for some more price action towards the downside, and we will get into that technical analysis now. So in my previous video, I have talked about this being an ABC correction here. From the top, this is a ABC correction, and followed by a counter trend rally from this zone here as another ABC to the upside. So we will have to use the Fib extension tool over here and check what are the targets we can achieve from this ABC structure. So from the top, we take this as a wave 1 or wave A or wave W, not wave 1, because this doesn't look like a wave 1. This looks like more like an ABC structure or an WXY. So this is the top of that B. So we take these two waves at the moment, and we see the price have already hit that 0.786 zone. I seriously like that 1-to-1 correction that is around 52K zone. So what we will do is we will also analyze what's happening locally. After that drop, since we are calling this as a AB structure here, then we are waiting for that C wave. Or if we are calling this move here up as a X, which is from the top, it's a W wave down. So we are waiting for that Y wave. So within that Y wave or C wave, we should have 3-wave structure. Or sometimes if it's a flat ABC correction, C wave might have a 5-wave correction. So we cannot call this zone from here as a 1-2. Okay, and this is a 3. And then this cannot be that longer in time. When you have this Elliott wave corrective structures, definitely in an ABC flat, you can have 5 waves on that C wave. And but the correction should be in proportion. I do not see this being a proportion to the second wave. This fourth wave cannot be this long compared to this second wave here. So this idea of 5-wave correction down is out of the window. I have spoken about this in my last video as well. So we are waiting either a WXY or a ABC correction from the top, as this as A, this as a B, and then we are waiting for that C wave. Okay, and this is the larger structure here. But if you want to check the inner waves, we have inner waves also 3-wave structure here. This is an ABC correction. Okay, and then what we have from this bottom here is also an ABC correction to the upside. So now we are already down to this C wave, the final leg to the downside. So I think we have one more move to the downside, and we will have to also use the Fib extension tool here to check what is the correction target, what could be the target for this C wave. So we will have to take from this A wave to the B wave correction. This is a counter trend rally here. So when we join all these dots, what do we find? We find, okay, the 60K bottom. Let me delete this one. I will also delete this one. So what do we have? We have already hit that .786 zone. We could be doing another sweep of the lows, but we might get another move up here, or this move is already done. We might plummet down here like this. And then we have that .786 and 1-to-1 zone. Can you see this zone here? This is 1-to-1 is from this area here as an ABC correction. Sorry, that might be .786 for this correction from here as an ABC you can see that, okay, let's change the color of this .786 so it will be more easier. One second. Let's change the color to yellow. Okay, so we have that .786 from this zone here, from this correction as an ABC, and the larger count, you can see it in white, and that is from this correction here as an entire ABC from the top. So the meeting point of this two Elliott wave, the fib extension tool, that is around this box here. What you can see that .786 and 1-to-1 level, that is around 52K, guys. And this is not only the reason why I'm waiting for another move down. This could be also because of the internal structure, what we are in this C wave at the moment. This looks like not finished. And if we use, let me quickly delete all these structures here. And you can, let me put a box on this zone. And this is that box. So we can delete the fibs as well here. No need to make the chart so messy. So if we use that volume profile from this zone to this bottom here, what we see is the price is trying to regain that value area low at this zone here. However, the price is consolidating below that value area low. And we definitely have rejected. You can see here, this is the point of control. We have rejected at this zone. And now we have fallen below this value area low. And now we are trying to consolidate here. This could push up higher. There is a definite possibility where we can take this high once again, make a higher high here. But this is only locally higher high. But this will be eventually a lower high because the top is here. Then there is a lower high, and this will be another lower high where we can move towards the downside to finally finish that correction as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks pretty ugly, but if this is already finished structure as a WXY, and a WXY is being this W here, X and a Y. So if we have finished that correction, I do not want any more low than this bottom here. So I want the price to move up higher rather than lower. But we just cannot follow the counts, and because you can count it differently. I mean, a lot of analysts can count it differently, and everybody is looking for another wave down. That is surely we can see on fib extension that we are waiting for another low. I want to use another tool here to, let's go to weekly time frame, and I want to use another tool here to understand if we have another move down or we are already done with that sweep of the lows which happened here. Because in the bull market top here we had 3 sweep of the highs. Actually you can call it 2 sweeps because this was the initial top, and then we had 1 sweep, the second sweep here. So this could be the first bottom. So we could be having only 1 sweep. There is not a rule that says that we must to sweep one more time. Okay, so we could be already finished with this sweep. But however, I want to use another tool here to understand if we have more price action towards the downside or not. So if we use this fixed range volume profile to the bottom here, what do we find? Okay, so the value area high comes around 43K, guys. And that is also in between this correction zone here. Not the correction zone, the consolidation zone of this price action. Okay, this was that ETF time. I'm not sure, I need to go back to the calendar and check if this was the time where the ETFs were approved and the price action moved higher. So this is another level to watch out for. If we do not hold this low and we plummet to the downside, then maybe this low should be holding. Maybe this structure over here could be holding because there is a lot of buy. If this was the ETF approval period, then probably we might be holding this low over here, which is a value area high of the volume profile. And then if we break down from this zone, then the highest volume is here, guys, and that is around 21 to 24K, which also has the target in Elliott wave structure. But I do not think that we have to travel this low. If we do travel, then I think altcoin, you can say bye-bye to the altcoins. So someone, whoever watching, if you can comment it down, if this was that time or period where the ETFs were approved. And if this was the time, then I think this could be a significant level to watch out for. We could be bottoming out around this zone. But for now, I mean, this is already too much further in future. For now, I think we will have to check the local price action, what's happening. This is definitely area to watch out for. But if we get another sweep here and the price action moves higher, then forget about these lows as well. Forget about these lows. Okay, so if we just come back here and take out this liquidity, that means we have third bottom, which is a sweep of the liquidity over here, sweep of the liquidity over here, and then we are moving towards the higher prices, maybe another all-time high, guys. So that's the update for BTC. And if you ask me what's going to happen in the shorter time frame price action, then I'm going to only say that we might have, let's say if it's only for 1 or 2 days, we might have a push up higher. We opened green, I mean today's Monday, and we have that 1.5 or 2% of a move on Bitcoin. And we are already pushing higher, but I see major resistance over here at this zone, which is a value area low of this entire range here. So if we pass through this zone, we will have to deal with this point of control. And if we finally break towards this point of control, and if we pierce through this point of control and take a retest, then we might be having, for the shorter time frame, maybe a little bit higher price action. Then finally, I'm expecting this price to go below these lows here, take out this liquidity, and then we can move higher. So I'm going to wrap up this video here, and that's the update for BTC. It's hopefully this is a 10 minutes video here. And if I see something new on the chart developing, then I will make that update video. And if you can see that my last video was around 37 minutes, I have spoken a lot on that particular analysis. And since then, it's been like 6-7 days, I haven't made any video. So because smaller time frames, we do not find much of a move. And when we are assessing the macro time frame, we might have already done so many scenarios inside that video that price action couldn't be moving much. So that's why, guys, there was no other update video. So this video will be 10 minutes video. And for my next analysis, I will be updating a shorter video as well, what's happening in local price action. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and if you do enjoy the video, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.